Hello everyone, my name is Johanna and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Alright, so in my first ever video for you guys, I am going to be ranking all of the killers from the Scream franchise, my favorite franchise in the world. This video is only going to include the original 9 killers from the movies, so the TV series will not be included in this ranking. It's going to be the 9 from the movies. And I would also like to preface this video by saying this is simply my opinion. We don't need to get mad at each other. We can discuss it together either on Twitter or in the comment section. If you disagree with me, that's fine. Also, I want to say that obviously this video will contain spoilers for the entire Scream franchise, so if you haven't seen them, I would suggest go watching the movies first and then coming back to my video to hear my thoughts. But other than that, without further ado, let's get to the ranking. Alright, so coming in at 9th place is going to be Charlie Walker from Scream 4. Now, I don't know why, but this seems to be like a common consensus among Scream fans that Charlie is like always in last place for ranking videos. And I don't know why other people put him in last, but the reason I put him in last is because he's just not as memorable to me as the rest of the killers in the Scream franchise are. I mean, it's not that he's a bad killer, it's just when I think Ghostface, Charlie's like the last person to come to mind. So again, he's not necessarily bad, he's just not my favorite, and I tend to not remember him as Ghostface as much as the others. He's just not as memorable. So really that's my only reason, but his kills were pretty cool. Alright, so coming in at number 8 is going to be Mrs. Loomis from Scream 2. Now, I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion to have her this low in a ranking video, but I just really wasn't vibing with her as Ghostface. I mean, she didn't really do anything wrong, just like Charlie, just her Ghostface wasn't really my vibe. I mean, I wasn't really thrilled with her reveal. Like, when she was revealed to be the killer, I was just like, alright, that's cool, I guess. I mean, again, she had pretty cool kills. She killed Randy, so I guess that counts for something, but, yeah, I just wasn't thrilled with her reveal, and the only reason she is above Charlie on this list is because even though I wasn't, like, you know, crazy about it, bringing Billy's mom back was, I guess, shocking. It was definitely, like, a shocking reveal, just not one that I was like, oh my god. It's like, you know. So, yeah, at number 8 is going to be Miss Loomis from Scream 2. I got a drink. But coming in at number 7 is going to be Roman Bridger from Scream 3. Now, I will say that his placement here isn't solely based on, I guess, him being the killer. So I don't know if that's completely fair, but my experience with Scream 3 kind of hindered his placement, and let me tell you why it hindered his placement. So I was not crazy about the whole brother plotline, whatever you want to call it. I think that Sidney having a brother came out of absolutely freaking nowhere, and I also don't really vibe with the retcon of him being the mastermind of Scream, the original Scream. I just think that takes away from Billy and Stu, who are both amazing characters. But I will give him credit where credit is due. He is so far the only Ghostface who has ever worked alone, so I gotta give him credit for that, which is why he's higher than the other 2. But yeah, other than that, I just think that his reveal came out of nowhere, and he was barely in the movie, so like, and he had no interaction with Sidney prior to the reveal. So that's really why he's at number 7. I guess he was an okay killer, but yeah, that's my reason. At number 6 is gonna be Mickey Altieri from Scream 2. Now, here's the thing, I really desperately wanted to put Mickey higher on this list, just because I love his character so much, like throughout the movie. I love his character just so much. But it's the lack of presence in the movie that holds him back for me, because with the lack of presence in the movie, the killer reveal is just kind of meh. But I really love his character so much, especially in the 3rd act. I think he really played it up in the 3rd act, and he was just really great. And just because he's number 6 on this list, which is a little lower, that does not take away from my love of him as a character. It's just the other killers on the list beat him out by a little bit. If this were based off just characters alone, Mickey would definitely be higher up, but as a killer, I can't put him any higher, and I really wish I could, because I love Mickey so much. But he can only be number 6 for now, unfortunately. Alright, so coming in at number 5 is going to be Richie Kirsch from Scream 2022, aka Scream 5. Now, my biggest reason for putting Richie above Mickey is because Richie was very much present in the movie. He had a really big character even before the reveal, and his character was great even before the reveal. In the new movie, he was one of my favorite characters. And even after the reveal, he was so much fun to watch. Like, he was very charismatic, and I just loved Richie so much. And even after, like, the reveal, like, even though I was rooting for him, even after the reveal, I still loved him as the killer regardless. So, and I just really love Richie, and I really love Jack Quaid, and this right here also may have had a little tiny eensy weensy bit to do with this ranking and putting him in the top 5, just a little smidgen, but I really do love Richie, and I really do love Jack Quaid. Yeah, I could just go on and on about Jack Quaid, but we're just gonna end this segment here. So Richie Kirsch is at number 5. All right, coming in at number 4 is going to be Amber Freeman, also from Scream 2022, aka Scream 5. Now, even though I liked Richie more as a character in this movie, I think Amber was a better killer. I mean, she killed Dewey. That's a big deal, like a really big deal. She was the first one to ever kill a legacy character, and am I happy about it? No, absolutely I'm not happy about it, because Dewey was my favorite legacy character and my favorite character, period. So it really, really, really sucks to lose him, but you know, you gotta give credit where credit is due, and if she was able to kill Dewey, you gotta give her her dues. You know what I'm saying? And also, her reveal and her death were probably some of the best in the series. Like, they were just so iconic. Her reveal is just so abrupt and in your face, and it's just like, it takes you by so much surprise. And her death is just so iconic, like getting set on fire and then shot in the head. It's like, her character is just a lot. There's a lot going on. And I believe that she did most of the kills. I don't have evidence to back up that statement, but I just believe that she did, just watching the movie. It makes sense that way. But yeah, I had to put Amber at number 4 simply because she did a lot as a killer. She did. Coming in at number 3 is gonna be Jill Roberts from Scream 4. My reason for putting her at number 3 is because I really, really thought that they were making her out to be the next Sydney, the next final girl, you know, that she was gonna survive the movie, and, you know, she was gonna carry the franchise from Scream 4 onward. So when she was revealed to be the killer, that's probably the most shocking killer reveal to me of the entire franchise, because I was not expecting it whatsoever. And I absolutely adored her motive, like, you know, doing all of this just for a bit of fame. I think that's very relevant to today's society, and I just think that's a really, really great motive. And also, she came the closest to killing Sydney, and she's also the killer that came the closest to getting away with everything. So, you know, that counts for something, and I think that Jill is just a really, really great killer and deserves to be in top 3. Alright, so we're at top 2 now, and in second place is going to be Stu Walker from the original Scream from 1996. Now, I just love Stu's character so much, and it was very hard for me to choose between 1 and 2, but I think as a killer, number 1 outweighs Stu just a little eensy weensy tiny bit. But my main reasoning for putting Stu in top 2 is that he is just such an entertaining character throughout the entire movie. Like, from start to finish, he is just such a great character. And I think that Stu not having a real motive just makes him so much more scary as Ghostface. And like, during that final act, Matthew Lillard really, like, he played that role. Like, he played that role. He bodied it. Let's be honest here. Matthew Lillard ate that role up. And I just think that Stu's character is just really, really great, and there's really nothing to hate about him. Like, he's the perfect blend of psychotic killer and comedic relief. So I just think that he's perfect, and I love him so, so much. But alas, at number 1, taking the spot as my favorite Ghostface of all time is going to be Billy Loomis from the original Scream. I really couldn't put him anywhere else, could I? I mean, regardless of what anyone has to say about what Roman did, whatever, I don't care. Billy Loomis started this. He was the first one to ever don the Ghostface mask. He's the reason along with Stu, of course, that we have this amazing franchise now. Like, without them, we wouldn't have Scream. And I just think that he is a great killer with a very solid motive, and during that third act, he's just so much fun to watch. And even like throughout the movie, they make it like kind of obvious that he's the killer, but even regardless of that, his reveal is still just so iconic, and I just think that Billy Loomis deserves to be number one. I mean, he's the OG. He started this. Regardless of what anyone has to say about Roman, I really could not care less. Billy Loomis started this. He was the first Ghostface, and I think that deserves number one. And with that, you have my ranking of all 9 Ghostface killers of the Scream franchise. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and also feel free to comment your Ghostface ranking in the comments, and we can talk, or again, we can talk on Twitter. But I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.